I'm Margaret. Welcome to my yoga practice. It's safe and gentle. Today's class will help us deal with pain and stress management, so please find a spacious area of your home and join me for class. We'll start with breathing and a little bit of meditation. So ground down into your seat bones, get really comfortable, pillows, blankets on the floor, and work to lift the crown of your head upwards, finding a nice tall spine. And as you settle into your body and how you're feeling today, begin to breathe with some awareness. Breathe in and breathe out. Use your nose to breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. You can close your eyes, letting the skin of the face relax. Lean back just slightly to feel your seat bones rooting. And simply breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. During this time, work to clear your mind of distractions, anything mundane or unrelated to your yoga practice, anything that's not going to be useful for you. As I like to say, let go and let it flow, just letting the breath flow. We'll stay here a few moments longer, enjoying the peace and quiet, noticing if there's a breeze, any fragrances, any sounds. Let the breath become rhythmic and steady. Let's take a moment to set an intention. So hopefully we've cleared our mind of mundane distractions and unuseful thoughts. And now we can set our mind on a positive pathway, something that will help us heal, help us deal. Whatever goals you're working towards in health and wellness, body, mind, and soul. Let your mind focus on that throughout class today. And we can seal that in with a little bow forward, hands together in prayer. Just taking a little seal to bow that intention in. Wonderful. We're gonna make our way into child's pose now. Tucking those knees underneath you, your feet behind you, settling your hips on top of those heels. I've got my knees nice and wide to start, and I'm gonna rest my head on crossed forearms. I find this really supportive and nice. Let the head be nice and heavy, drop the hips, and just enjoy this amazing supportive posture for several breaths. Big inhales, big exhales. Feel free to let a nice big sigh out your mouth. That can feel really good sometimes. When we're not breathing through our nose, we can let out a nice sigh and then continue to breathe through the nose as much and as long as you can throughout class. Let's take 3 more big breaths here. And we'll pull ourselves forward into tabletop. Open the fingers really wide. Bring the knees so that they're hip width apart. And we're just going to kind of shimmy and shake the hips from side to side. Dropping one hip and then the other. Kind of massages the hips a little bit. Gets our low back a little bit more open. And then we'll lift our chin up, drop the belly. We'll do the opposite. Drop the chin, lift the belly. A couple cat-cows here. Waking up our spine. Get really nice, strong arms now. Lift that belly button towards the spine, towards the ceiling. Tuck the toes under and we'll lift up for downward facing dog. Knees lift and straighten and then press the shoulders towards the kneecaps for a nice big heart opener. And I love to bend one knee and then the other knee, just kind of waking up the back of the legs, stretching out those hamstrings. Keep lifting your belly button nice and high. We're going to step forward to the front of our mat here. I'm going to walk my hands back. You can also do that. And then we're going to inhale, reach up, look up, upward salute. See if you can hook your thumbs and we can find a bit of a back bend. And then exhale your hands through to prayer, steady standing. Take a moment here, check the feet looking down, that they're nice and parallel and hip width apart. Draw the belly button back, the shoulders down the back, the chin raised, nice and level with the floor. Big breath in, big breath out. Awesome. We're just going to kind of relax the wrists and fingers, let the arms hang heavy down by your sides. And we're just going to take our right ear to the right shoulder, let the head hang out. Keep that neck nice and long. And then go the other way, left ear to left shoulder. And back to center, we'll take the chin down, drop the chin, feel that wonderful stretch through the back of the neck. And then the chin lifts up and back, opening the throat. And back to center. Balancing on one leg, I'm going to be on my right leg first. Put a slight little bend in your knee and hug your other knee up and in. Keep lifting it, until you can grab it and squeeze it tall. Nice and high here. Drop the tailbone, lift the heart center. And then we're just going to rotate the foot one way and then the other way. And then wiggle the toes. All right, take it down. Other foot, balancing. Very slight bend in that knee. Lift your other knee up and in, lift, 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 and then grab it, squeeze it, and pull it up as high as you can. Drop the tailbone towards the floor, lift the heart center, and we'll rotate that ankle. One way, the other way, wiggle the toes. Awesome, coming back down nice and slowly. Inhale, reach up, look up. Little back bend here. Exhale, forward fold. I like to keep my hands in prayer. Come back to your intention. Drop the arms, drop the head, forward fold. This is a stretch all the way from the heels to the crown of your head. Just feel the whole back body stretching, releasing tension. Let those arms be like big gorilla arms. And then we'll take halfway lift. Lift your chest up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Big breath in. Big breath out. Okay, we'll step it back or walk it forward to downward facing dog once again. Press the shoulders towards the ankles. Walk it out. Inhale, high plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale, slowly lower, chaturanga, hit the deck. Press your feet, knees, and hips down, and then lift your heart up for cobra. Really use your hands here for support. Elbows draw towards the body. And child's pose. I'm going to bring my knees together this time. Notice if that feels better after being here for a little bit. Maybe you widen the knees, making a decision that's best for you and your body today. Big breath in and out. Let's take 3 more breaths and then we'll come back into tabletop, which will lead to a down dog. So just mentally preparing for that. Okay, back to tabletop. Fingers open. We can shimmy and shake here, cat-cow it. It's just to help us get our arms prepared for down dog as I pass through tabletop. Thumbs nice and open. Inner elbow crease rotates forward over those fingertips. And then we'll take our downward facing dog. I have a blanket ready right below my knees. We're going to do a low lunge. So if you need a blanket nearby, slide that under your knees. If you like a little cushion. We'll take our left foot forward. Step it between your hands, or whichever leg you want to do first. Sink into a low lunge so the back knee drops. You can curl the toes under or even release them. I'm going to keep mine curled under today. I'm on top of my fingertips for support. Maybe there was a big thud getting your foot up there, and you can help to kind of inchworm that foot further forward. We want the sole of our foot completely rooted from heel to toes. All 4 corners you want rooted. Okay, and then when you're ready, we're going to take our hands to prayer as we lift our heart up. Big breath in and out. Settle into those hips as much as you can, and then we're going to take a twist. So take your opposite elbow to the outside of that front knee. I've got my right elbow to the outside of my left knee for a pretty big twist here. The goal is to get your thumbs at the center of your chest, but if it's not able to do that right now, that's fine. Don't push it. Gaze over that back shoulder. Sink into the hips. Not an easy pose. You're doing amazing. Big breath in and out. Okay, inhale to center very slowly. Lift yourself back to center. We're going to take those arms up. Big inhale. Exhale, take the hands back down. So you get a really big stretch on that inhale. And then we'll step it back, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Walk it out. Big breath in and out. I kind of wiggle a little bit in my down dog as well, just kind of twisting and turning. Okay, time to do the other foot. I've got my right foot pulling forward between my hands. Drop the back knee, keeping those toes curled under today. On the fingertips, sinking into the hips as I set up for comfort and stability. Make sure all four corners of that foot are rooted. And then we'll take our hands to prayer once we've found our footing. Sink into the hips as much as you can. Disperse your weight evenly between front and back leg as much as you can. And then we'll take our twist, opposite elbow to the outside of the front knee. And then the goal here is to get our thumbs to the center of our chest. But if that's not happening today, that's quite all right. Gaze over that back shoulder. Take a big breath in and out. And then we'll inhale back up out of this. Nice and slow and controlled. Inhale back. Exhale, sink. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Big stretch here. Exhale the hands down to the floor. And we'll step back, downward facing dog. Awesome, walk it out. Let out a nice big old sigh. Inhale, high plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale, slowly lower, hit the deck. Inhale, lift your heart nice and high. Exhale, child's pose. We can do knees together or knees apart. Let your head be supported by your hands if that's helpful. Let the breath flow. Let it go. We may even want to take our hands towards the feet. Relax those shoulders and wrists. Okay, now that we've had a nice little break, we're going to come back to our second to last downward facing dog. Hips nice and high, strong arms, open fingers, walk it out. Belly lifts nice and high. And we'll step forward to the front of our mat. Take as many steps as you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Belly lifts. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Let the head be heavy. Take your weight forward just a little bit. Maybe walking those hands forward. Drag the heels down. Then we'll bend the knees, sweep the arms up, look up, upward salute. Maybe a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale the hands through to prayer. Steady standing, mountain pose. Take a moment here Rock back and forth on the feet, side to side. Rotate the wrists like you're making circles with a paintbrush. Open and close the fingers. Bring the feet together. Let the toes touch. And we're going to slowly lower for Garland Pose. The hands come to prayer. The heels lift. We slowly squat. The knees widen. And our elbows are going to fit inside the knees. Our upper arms push the knees open and the knees keep pressing inwards. The thumbs come to the forehead. And we're in Garland Pose now, Malasana. You may feel a nice opening through the low back. We're balancing on those toes. And just breathing. Big breath in. Big breath out. Beautiful. Take your hands back down to the floor. The knees can come together. And from here, from this squat, we'll catch our balance for a moment. And then we'll lift up to toe squat. So take your fingertips away from the floor. The knees drop down a little bit. We lift our heart. And we can bring our hands to prayer once again. Toe squat. Balancing again. You got this. Awesome job. From here, we'll take our hands down and step back, downward facing dog. Awesome job. This is our last down dog, so just working it out, feeling it out, giving it all that you got. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, slowly lower, hit the deck. Let's take a moment on our belly. Take a cheek. Take your hands towards the feet. And just enjoy this time on the floor. The firmness of the floor really supports our skeleton. It helps our body and its alignment. It's so good for us. So just breathing through it. Notice the resistance that places on our breath. Respond by expanding through the back body, expanding everywhere. Everywhere and anywhere the breath will go. Okay, take your other cheek to the floor now. You have to balance out that twist through the neck. Let's take 3 more big breaths here. Wonderful. All right, from here we're going to flip over onto our back. And you may want to take your blanket, your soft stuff, and either place it under your low back or your head like a pillow, or maybe you can even get the best of both worlds in and get support for your entire back. And we're just going to walk ourselves all the way down onto the floor to be on our back. Awesome. Enjoy that support from the floor. We've been holding ourselves up all class so far. So just enjoying this really supported place. Let the breath flow. You can take your hands to your belly and feel the belly rise and fall with breath. On an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Get a big stretch through the chest and shoulders. And then exhale, hug one knee into your chest. On a big exhale, let it go. We can keep our foot of the other leg on the floor, or we can strain it long. And just hold that knee up and in. It may feel good to rotate your ankle here as well, just like we did standing. Point and flex the foot maybe. Maybe stillness is in the cards today. We'll hold for one more big breath. Great, take that foot down, the other foot up if it was long. Inhale, reach the arms up. Big stretch, big inhale. Exhale, hug the other knee in. Let out every last drop of breath. And then we can either keep that foot on the floor or lengthen that leg. Squeeze the knee in. Rotation of the ankle might feel good. Point and flex. And wiggle. Or stillness. Or all of the above. We'll stay here for one more big breath in and out. Let it go. Wonderful. Take that foot down, the other foot up if it was long. Inhale, reach both arms up, big stretch. Exhale, hug both knees in. Great. Rock from side to side. Really feeling out the whole surface area of your back on the floor. You can draw big circles with your knees on the ceiling, like you're stirring a pot or rowing a boat or something. One way, and then the other way. Hug those knees in and rock from side to side, maybe taking the knees nice and wide. Wonderful. All right, my friends, from here we are going to take Shavasana, corpse pose. So extend your legs nice and long. You can scoop the hips up underneath you for a nice long spine. The ankles roll and flap open. The palms face upwards towards the ceiling. And we kind of end up like a starfish on the beach, just completely open in a posture of surrendering. This is the last posture of class before we close with our meditation. Enjoying the peace and quiet that you've created around yourself today. In that corner of the room of your home that you carved out for your practice. Enjoying this time for yourself. Clearing your mind of distractions, mundane, unuseful thoughts. And just being present. Let the floor hold you up. You don't have to do a thing. You don't have to lift a muscle. The floor can take it. It can hold you. So just let it hold you. Imagine yourself a heavy object on a shelf. Let the density of your body weigh heavy into the floor. And at At the same time, feel light as air, as you float a little bit. Feeling both of those sensations simultaneously. Let the breath flow peacefully, naturally, and gracefully in and out. We'll stay here a little bit longer. Relax the skin of your face. Eyelids gently closed. Letting the joints be soft and supple. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Draw one cheek draw the head from side to side. Nice and slow. We'll take our feet to the floor and slowly roll to the right side of your body, resting your head on your arm like a pillow. And we'll just hold ourselves close here. Kind of a little self-hug. Whatever peace and quiet you're experiencing, hold that close to your heart. That peace and quiet in the body, the mind, and the soul. And we'll slowly make our way to sit upright, nice and slow, taking your time. Cross your legs, find a lifted heart, tall spine, rooted seat bones. And we'll just finish class with a moment of meditation here, noticing how we feel after class, after practicing. Let the breath flow, noticing openness in the body, maybe a certain sensation of weightlessness or being light. Maybe we feel a little bit taller, a little bit stronger. Hold on to whatever positive feelings that you're having. Remember what this feels like. And always letting the breath flow. Ceaseless breath. Bringing our hands to prayer, we'll remind ourselves of any intention that we set one last time. Bowing our heads in gratitude, namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Have a blessed day.